Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here, and this is my regular take on the market, what happened today, what's likely to happen tomorrow, and what I plan to do. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. We'll start with the Fear and Greed Index, and you know the drill. Here we are in the Fear and Greed Index, and you can see that we are at the verge of getting into extreme greed. Up to 75 is fine, so I think tomorrow also is likely to be better. If you look at the stock market heat map, you will see that money has returned everywhere except for Apple. And I think because Warren Buffett has trimmed off almost 1 million shares of Apple, that definitely had an impact on the market. So that's what I think is happening here. I think if Apple gets onto the AI bandwagon, things should change for Apple. Nothing too bad with the company. It's all good. So we just need to see it get a break for a change, and it'll be back up again. Now, after that, I don't see any rotation. I think money has rotated back into stock market. If you look at the economic calendar, you're looking at retail sales month over month. That's going to be something that we'll watch out for. It's all happening at 8:30 a.m. and initial jobless claims is something that will also move the needle, and retail sales ex auto month over month. These are all the numbers that manufacturing index, these are all the numbers that are likely to move the needle on the market. So there's a lot of interesting data coming out tomorrow. And if we go into the futures, NASDAQ futures, you can see that the NASDAQ futures is mildly negative. There is support for NASDAQ futures at around 17,724.75, so nothing too much to worry about. And then if we look at the indicators, you got QQQ, and in QQQ we have the price just hanging out close to the bull channel. It's just bouncing off the support line. And also we had this line of support here. I had forgotten to upgrade this. It was at 429.29, and it was supposed to be a green line of support. So those two supports have been able to sustain along with the 9-day exponential moving average. So we are well within the bull channel, so nothing too much to worry about out here. And then we have the VIX, which is at which was down 9.15%. It has traced back, and it's got support from the 50-day and the 9-day exponential moving average. And we have S&P 500 at 91. And I don't have the post-market numbers here because I'm a bit late in recording. But you can see that the RSI has got plenty of room in the SPY. Let's look at QQQ. There also RSI has got plenty of room. So things are not too bad. Dow Jones also did well today, and we have room in the RSI to move up. Russell's has regained what it lost yesterday plus more and gone above the 9-day exponential, and this resistance out here gets converted into a support. And we have US oil, which is down 0.63%, and our put call ratio is almost neutral, so that's also a good sign. And the number of companies in the S&P 500 that are above their 50-day average has increased a little bit, so that shows a little bit more breadth of support. But the fact remains that we are nowhere near where we were somewhere on the beginning of this month beginning of the month of January. We have been steadily coming down, but the slack has been picked up by the Magnificent Six and a few other stocks from the small caps. So that's what has been pushing the markets up. Now let us go on to look at the genomics shares. Beam was up 4.37% today. RSI is looking pretty good. It can move up further, and I don't think there is any new news out here. Verve was up 4.59%, constrained by the 100-day exponential moving average, which is this yellow line out here, but it has got support from the others. RSI is still plenty of room to move up, and momentum is looking pretty healthy. Prime is up 3.70%. And we have DNA, which was up 10.37%. Let us see if there is any news on DNA. There's no news here, so it's all sentimental moves up here. It's being constrained not only by the 100-day exponential moving average, which is the yellow line, but also horizontal line at 1.51. That's a line of resistance out there. We have to see if it can break through. RSI has got plenty of room and the momentum is pretty strong. So DNA should do something tomorrow to move towards that objective. Intelia was up 6.92%, supported by the 9-day and the 20-day exponential moving average. RSI is looking decent out here, and we have got earnings coming up on 22nd February 2024. Bionanogenomics was up 3.36%. And RSI is looking good, but it's below average. It's moving in the right direction. PSCB was up 6.91%. RSI is moving in the right direction, but it's still weak, still being pushed down by all the exponential moving averages. Editas was up 7.03%. Momentum is looking pretty good, just on the verge of breaking out. So tomorrow could be a good day for Editas if everything goes well. Caribou was up 5.10%, and it's on the right track. It's gone above the 9-day exponential moving average, converting that into a support, moving into strength. Caribou is looking good. Bluebird was up 4.32%, precariously staying above the $1 mark, but staying below the 9-day exponential moving average. Momentum is starting to move in the right direction, but it's still weak. And then we have ARCG, which was up 4.43%, being pushed down by the resistance at 31.11. It ended the day at 30.90. Momentum is still intact and there's plenty of room for RSI to move. Allo was up 6.29%, back again into moving upwards. RSI is already overbought and it went up a little bit further, so expect tomorrow to be a little bit of a red candle. Illumina was up 5.23%, and we have a wedge out here in which I think it should break out on the upside, but it has got a lot of resistance coming from this horizontal line of resistance out here, which is at 141.43, and the 9-day exponential moving average, which is at 140.27. Jointly they are giving it a lot of resistance, but the RSI is moving in the right direction. Momentum is picking up, so I'm feeling that Illumina should definitely gather more steam. CRISPR was up 8.60%. I think one of our subscribers said the reason that this happened is because they got approval in EU for Casgevy, but I thought that was already baked into the price. So we'll see what happens. There's a short squeeze out there in the dark pool. I think I made a video on this. You can go and check out that video where I've explained everything in detail. So we'll see tomorrow. Oh, and one more thing I want to mention is that it's moved up into a superior bull channel. You can check it all out in my other video on CRISPR. IMTX is down minus 0.97%, pushed down by the 9-day exponential moving average. Momentum is not looking that great, and it's moving in the wrong direction. So I'm not sure what is going to happen. But tomorrow there's a chance that money may rotate out of genomics, in which case we may see a good deal of reds out here. And I think CRISPR might give up some of its gains because it's moving against the grain. But the fact that on Friday we have the options expiry makes this very, very crazy situation. So we'll see what happens. I think we'll have to wait for Friday. There is no crystal ball out here. That said, let's go on to look at the AI candidates. ARM was up 5.35%. FNGO was up 6.00%. And FNGO has got plenty of room on the RSI to move up. It's gained a good deal. And that means the other companies in the FANG have also gained. Intuit is up 2.95%. RSI has plenty of room to move further. Palantir was up 4.91%, highly overbought. It needs to come down before it can go again. Expect some consolidation. There's support from the 9-day exponential moving average, and there's a gap fill to be done. I'm waiting for it to do the gap fill so that I can buy some Palantir. ASML was up 2.34%. Momentum is almost overbought. Then we go to Microsoft, which was up 0.78%, pushed down by the 9-day exponential moving average, but momentum is in the right direction and RSI is moving well. Amazon was up 1.39%, being supported by the 9-day exponential moving average. Once Jeff Bezos' sale is over, I think the market will start picking up slowly, but I'm still leery of this gap up, which needs to be filled up sometime or the other. If it did come down, I might buy a little more. I have a good exposure to Amazon already. Intel was up 2.39% and starting to look smart because momentum is moving in the right direction and RSI has got plenty of room to go up, so I expect Intel to pick up more. Adobe was up 0.46%, but still constrained by the 9-day exponential moving average. Momentum is weak. Google was up 0.53%. Momentum is moving in the right direction. There's plenty of room on the RSI. Google should pick up. It's got to break through the 9-day exponential moving average, and then it will do well. Apple was down 0.48%, and I think let us look at news, if any. It's 3 hours ago. Berkshire sells Apple, Paramount, HP stock, buys more Chevron. So the thing is, Apple probably is responding to the sale by Berkshire because it's a huge amount that was sold. And on my portfolio, I had Chevron already. I bought it around 15 days ago, and I had bought ExxonMobil even before that. So I have both of them. Mini stakes, not major. I'm just keeping them there because the divergence between energy and IT is growing significantly. So sometime it has got to rebalance, and I'm waiting to capitalize on that. That's what I have done. And both the purchases I have made on the Canadian deposit receipt side, CDR side. Meta is up 2.86%, and RSI is overbought. It needs to cool down, and there is a gap fill. AMD was up 4.17%, broke through the bullish wedge on the top side. So it was right of us to move this and create a new wedge out here. So this is starting to look good. Even though I would say that AMD is overvalued, please look at my comparison between AMD, ARM and NVIDIA. It's a relative comparison. It's a financial analysis. Check it out and let me know what you think. NVIDIA is up 2.46%. There's plenty of room, in my opinion, for NVIDIA to go up, even though it is overbought. It will probably hit this line of resistance, which is at 88.41 on the RSI track, and then it will come down. It can go until then before it cools off. NVIDIA has got good value, but if you compare it with the rest of the market, it's not going to look great. But NVIDIA is doing a whole lot of stuff. I'll make a separate video on why I'm motivated by NVIDIA. It will come up very soon. But that's what I had to say out here. And in tomorrow's market, I think we'll see a little bit of red slipping into the genomics market because there is going to be some money coming out. I would have said that CRISPR might go into the red after having so much of gains, but given the short position and the Friday options expiry, I think we'll get to know what's happening with CRISPR probably next week. And so that's about it from me, and we'll catch up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.